Datuk Sri Fadilah, the Right Honourable Deputy Prime Minister, for graciously agreeing to officiate IGEM 2023. It is an honour to have you standing in for our Prime Minister who could not be with us today. I would also like to extend my sincere gratitude to all our distinguished guests and the media as we mark the opening of the 14th edition of Malaysia's most established and longest running Greentech and Eco Products Exhibition and Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, over its past 13 editions, IGEM has built a strong reputation for surpassing the key performance target set for it. Last year was no different, as IGEM 2022 recorded 4.25 billion ringgit in business leads, registered over 33,000 visitors, featured 370 exhibition booths, and convened 15 conference sessions. These are very commendable results indeed. Indeed, IGEM's exhibition floor continues to attract leading organizations from across the field of green technology, renewable energy, green buildings, and electric mobility, offering delegates a broad range of environmentally sustainable technologies, products, and services. IGEM is also hosting numerous country pavilions focused on trade promotion. This offers a platform for our ministries to showcase their initiatives and progress in inculcating environmental sustainability into their operations, as well as sharing Malaysia's many unique products and offerings at the state pavilions. IGEM's long-standing partnerships with trade associations, sponsors, and conference organizers has resulted in many faithfully returning to participate in every new edition. Here, I must acknowledge IGEM's strategic business matching partners, the Malaysian Investment Development Authority, MIDA, and Metrate, who have played an instrumental role in promoting and securing international attendance for IGEM and in delivering its ever-popular business matching programs. IGEM's unique proposition has to date enabled it to cumulatively record over 30 billion ringgit in business leads, welcome over 500,000 visitors, and hold well over 100 conferences since its first edition. It appears that this year, it will once again surpass the target set, and for that, I would like to offer my appreciation to the sponsors, partners, exhibitors, speakers, and all the many parties involved in making IGEM 2023 a roaring success. Having had the opportunity yesterday to meet with some of the delegates, visit the exhibition floor, and take part in several of the conferences, it is clear to me that IGEM's role as one of ASEAN's leading trade events for green tech and eco products remain as relevant today as it was when it opened its doors in 2010. Ladies and gentlemen, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, finalized its 6th assessment report, AR6, the synthesis report during the 58th panel session held in Switzerland in March this year. As you may know, it cautioned that the pace and scale of climate action being undertaken by nations would be insufficient to tackle climate change. With global warming already recording a 1.1 degrees Celsius rise above pre-industrial levels, every further increment of warming is expected to result in rapidly escalating hazards and risks to human health and ecosystems, food and water security, and the long-term sustainability of our settlements and infrastructure. When I first got in December, the NRECC, we were busy with floods and the rainy season. And then in May, we had to face the dry season and the heat wave. And now we are facing the haze. That shows the impact of climate change that we are facing day to day. The IPCC findings are disturbing, but they should be regarded as a call to action, not for despair. We still have a say in our destiny, provided we are willing to act collectively, equitably, inclusively, and most importantly, to act now. This is what our Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, meant at the United Nations recently when he said, and I quote, "We have not a moment to lose in relation to climate action." Ladies and gentlemen, the urgency is reflected in the theme selected for IGEM 2023, race towards net zero leadership for climate action. Given the magnitude of the challenges faced, the NRECC has been steadily galvanizing efforts to build a more sustainable Malaysia. Some key climate action-focused initiatives being spearheaded include the drafting of the Climate Change Act, which is expected to be completed by 2025. Various stakeholders are being engaged, so the bill will address the pressing environmental issues in our country comprehensively. 2, the National Carbon Policy, which intends to offer direction on the carbon market mechanism to various stakeholders and is anticipated to be ready for implementation this year. A much-awaited National Determined Contribution Roadmap, NDC Roadmap, and the Long-Term Low Emissions Development Strategy, LTLETS, that will enable the country to meet our NDC target and aspiration to be a net zero nation earliest by 2050, and the strategic formulation of the National Adaptation Plan is also taking place to increase our resilience and readiness across various sectors in facing the impact of climate change. Meanwhile, the National Water Institute of Malaysia, NAHRIM, currently produces reports, guidelines, and other publications to empower Malaysian engineers and developers with the tools and data needed to incorporate adaptation strategies into projects. Climate action efforts are also being concurrently undertaken across all of Malaysia's ministries and agencies, demonstrating a unity of purpose and action. For example, our ministry is collaborating with our colleagues in other relevant ministries, state governments and agencies in sectors such as agriculture, forestry and other land users, waste, industrial processes and product use, and energy in developing a comprehensive NDC roadmap for Malaysia. The NRECC is also determined to solve the single-use plastic issue. One of our targets in the Malaysia Plastic Sustainability Roadmap is to face our problematic plastic items like bags and takeaway containers and replace them with new sustainable alternatives. Here, I'm delighted to announce SIRIM Eco 098-2023, a new eco-label for biodegradable plastic. This is a new standard that was developed in collaboration with SIRIM to promote plastics that truly and safely biodegrade in the environment. Thank you, SIRIM, for your technical assistance in developing this new eco-label. This initiative proves that innovation and a healthy environment can indeed go hand in hand. Similarly, the batik that many of us are wearing here today is actually made from recycled plastic bottles. Ladies and gentlemen, in Malaysia's quest towards a net zero future, the transition of our energy sector, which accounts for more than half of the total GHG emissions, shall be among the key impetus. The newly launched National Energy Transition Roadmap calls for us to increase the share of renewable energy in our total primary energy supply from the existing 4% to 23% in 2050, with electrification and low-carbon fuel diversification in the transport, residential, and economic sectors being the key drivers. Malaysia's energy transition plans under the NETR augurs well with my ministry's current efforts to decarbonize our power sector through accelerated deployment of RE capacity in our power installed capacity from the existing 25% to the new target of 70% by 2050. The low-carbon transition in the power sector is being implemented to enable access to green electricity, as we reckon that the provision of a clean grid will play a pivotal role in ensuring a lower GHG emissions electrification. Realizing the importance of the grid to accommodate the evolving energy landscape, the government is working closely with the utilities to ensure that the necessary investments are in place to facilitate this transformation. TNB has laid out its Grid Development Plan roadmap to enable the energy transition with plans to invest upwards of 90 billion ringgit over the next 6 years. Furthermore, the ramping up of the RE in the power sector is also in line with the increasing demand for green electricity from multinational corporations, especially from the RE100 companies, data centers, and organizations keen to fulfill their ESG commitments. Therefore, NRECC sees that the greening of the grid and accelerating the share of renewable energy in our supply will open up new green businesses and investment opportunities to the country to further expand our economic value. To date, we have in place various RE initiatives, such as the Net Energy Metering Program, the Corporate Green Power Program, and the Green Electricity Tariff Program, which allows businesses to have access to green electricity, fulfilling their ESG and Scope 2 GHG emissions. Moving forward, my ministry, in collaboration with TNBX, will now upgrade the existing Malaysia Green Attributes Tracking System, or MGATS, into a full-fledged renewable energy certificate trading platform, which allows the commercial exchange of RECs to be undertaken in Malaysia. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, in the prologue to the recent Oppenheimer movie, tells us that the Greek titan Prometheus was punished eternally for giving mankind the gift of fire. The subtext of this is arguably that technology, if not used wisely, can be a mixed blessing. Certainly, technology will be crucial for us to address climate change. But as the Prime Minister said recently, we cannot be sustainable if we look purely in terms of technological change or transformation without care, concern, and compassion. This is something that we must not forget, even as we urgently seek to address climate change. How to ensure climate action remains inclusive, I hope that this is something that the thinkers and practitioners who are gathered here for the IGEM-related conferences will delve into. Certainly, this is something that the government is seeking to provide leadership for to ensure that climate change is tackled inclusively. Let me end by again sincerely thanking the co-organizers, MGTC, our strategic partner, MIDA, business matching partners, Matrade, Advancing Austria, and Business Sweden, conference partners, sponsors, and other partners as well as many others who have been working tirelessly to deliver IGEM 2023, Race Towards Net Zero, Leadership for Climate Action. I'm confident that with your continued support, the IGEM will continue to grow from strength to strength, and it will. Again, my warmest welcome to you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yang Berhormat Nik Nazmi. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor to invite Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Sri Haji Fadilah bin Haji Yusof, Deputy Prime Minister of Malaysia, to deliver this morning's keynote address.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Wish me peace be upon you. Very good morning. Salam Malaysia Madani. Terima kasih kepada pengacara majlis. Yang berhormat Tuan Nik Nazmi bin Nik Ahmad, Minister of Natural Resources, Environment and Climate Change, Malaysia. Yang berhormat Tuan Chang Lee Kang, Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Malaysia. Yang berhormat Deputy Ministers, Excellencies, Ambassadors, Yang Bahagia Secretary General, Senior Government Officers, media, members of media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here today to launch the International Greentech and Eco Products Exhibition and Conference Malaysia, or IGEM 2023. We are very grateful to have in our midst today climate exchange leaders and visionaries assembled here at IGEM 2023 with the theme Race Towards Net Zero, Leadership for Climate Action. At this junction in human history, Race Towards Net Zero is an important mission for all of us. Thus, we need leaders from all sectors to make this endeavor a resounding success. I applaud the Ministry of Natural Resources, Environment and Climate Change, or NRECC, and the Malaysian Green Technology and Climate Change Corporation, MGTC, for organizing and hosting IGEM 2023, focusing on the pertinent need to expedite climate action. Through the Race to Zero campaign, backed by the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, or UNFCCC, Actors outside of national governance or governments such as state governments, cities, companies, as well as financial, educational, and healthcare institutions are committed to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2050. Transitioning to a net zero world calls for nothing less than a complete transformation of how we produce, consume, and move about. A growing coalition of countries, cities, businesses, and other institutions are pledging to get to net zero emissions. More than 70 countries have set a net zero target. All this is surely in the right direction for our collective future. Today at IGEM, we are a reflection of this global climate action momentum and purpose-driven mission. As some of you may have already explored yesterday, IGEM 2023 is seamlessly integrating exhibitors that demonstrate game-changing technology, hosting insightful conferences, business matching sessions with participation from leading countries, high-profile visitors, and several concurrent side events into a singular platform. Without a doubt, IGEM 2023 will play a decisive leadership role in accelerating and delivering the region's net zero and just energy transition agenda. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm mindful of the road that leads us to the 2023 United Nations Climate Change Conference, or the 28th Conference of the Parties to the UNFCCC, more commonly referred to as COP28. The decisions we make, the solution we propose, and the partnership we cultivate here will undoubtedly shape our national stance and contribution at the global stage. As we convene to address the pressing global challenges posed by environmental degradation, rising temperatures, and the urgent need for sustainable development, it is with great excitement that I announce that our esteemed leaders, Yang Amat Berhormat Prime Minister, will attend COP28, which symbolizes our nation's commitment in addressing climate change, to pioneer innovative solutions, and to inspire others to join us on the path of sustainability. Addressing climate change requires a whole-of-nation approach, involving government, businesses, communities, and individuals, working together to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and adapt to the changing climate. Therefore, IGEM provides a strategic platform to exchange best practices and innovation in addressing climate change, explore access to climate finance, and build on our respective nations' international reputations. So, ladies and gentlemen, recently, ASEAN leaders at the 43rd ASEAN Summit, which our Prime Minister attended, made a joint statement to the upcoming 28th session of the Conference of Parties to the UNFCCC, outlining the region's commitment in achieving the UNFCCC and the Paris Agreement goals. Among others, this commitment includes communicating respective nationally determined contributions, or NDCs, enhancing climate actions and cooperation within ASEAN in accordance with the current global development of climate change-related agenda, strengthening ASEAN's capabilities to address climate-related disasters, reduce risks, and adapt to them, all of which are important aspects for ASEAN if it is to make a serious impact with regard to climate action. As I move the focus to Malaysia, I would like to highlight Ekonomi Madani, a sustainable socio-economic framework designed to elevate the nation to its next phase of progress, premised on restructuring the economy to make Malaysia a regional economic powerhouse. The framework hinges on the goal of ensuring a just and equitable distribution of economic wealth to the rakyat, which is the people. Ekonomi Madani incorporates strategies to enhance economic growth, promote investment, and strengthen the local industries to become more innovative, competitive, and capable of expanding into the global market in a sustainable and responsible manner. This is a frame of reference through which Malaysia will take on a more decisive and leadership role in climate action and all socio-economic matters. On that note, I'm pleased and proud to share that Malaysia has been recognized as the best country in Southeast Asia in the Energy Transition Index 2023 by the World Economic Forum, demonstrating that Malaysia is taking the right track to drive a strategic shift and economic restructuring into new growth areas. A real challenge is our race to net zero is financing. It is estimated that investment of at least 1.2 trillion ringgit between 2023 and 2050 is needed to enable a responsible energy transition. The government, through NRECC, has hit the ground running in ramping up its energy transition effort in the electricity supply sector. This is definitely in line with Malaysia's net zero climate aspiration, as the transition towards a low-carbon energy system is one of the key climate mitigation actions to contain further increment in global temperature. I'm pleased to note that the government is committed to a more ambitious RE power installed capacity target by 70% in 2050, one of the most ambitious in the region. I believe that this positive and progressive intent shall position Malaysia as a favorable destination for clean and green investment, and thus sustaining or even creating new economics and job opportunities for the country. With increasing demand for clean energy, I'm glad that NRECC has also relaxed certain rules to allow more domestic users, factories and offices to fully optimize the utilization of solar power towards achieving their environmental, social, and governance, or ESG commitments. I'm informed that a new green attribute trading platform allowing the trading of renewable energy certificates will be unveiled later on. This new trading program shall complement the existing green electricity tariff program, enabling a broader spectrum of environmentally conscious consumers and corporations with ESG commitments to offset respective carbon footprints from electricity usage. I would also like to commend Yang Muhammad Nik Nazmi for his courage in addressing some of the pain points in transitioning the electricity sector, especially in addressing the issue of targeted electricity subsidies in the ICPT electricity tariff adjustments. As a responsible government, we will ensure that access to reliable, affordable, and sustainable electricity supply shall be a fundamental need for all Malaysians. We will also ensure that the energy transition pathway that Malaysia is undertaking shall be just and equitable for all. In addition to the domestic transition, we are also taking on a regional role with the implementation of initiatives under the recently unveiled National Energy Transition Roadmap, or NETR, and the Hydrogen Economy and Technology Roadmap, HETR. Malaysia is set to be at the forefront of becoming a regional leader in the energy transition and renewable energy industry. The implementation of NETR with its 6 energy transition levers and 5 enablers is expected to uplift Malaysia's GDP value from 25 billion ringgit in 2023 to 220 billion ringgit and generate 310,000 jobs in 2050. While the successful implementation of the HETR is poised to enable Malaysia to tap into the global green hydrogen market, estimated to be worth at least 189.19 billion, which is equivalent to 829 billion ringgit by 2050. HETR implementation alone is anticipated to have prospects of generating up to 12.1 billion ringgit in revenue with an estimated contribution of between 49 billion and 69 billion ringgit to gross domestic product by 2030, generating over 45,000 job opportunities over the same period. So, ladies and gentlemen, the government is strengthening the policy framework in addressing climate change, such as the development of the Climate Change Bill, the development of the National Carbon Market Policy, the preparation of the Nationally Determined Contribution Roadmap, and the Long-Term Low-Emission Development Strategy, or LTLADS, as well as the preparation of the National Adaptation Plan. In July 2023, the government reinstated the Green Technology Financing Scheme, or GTFS, with the allocation of 1 billion ringgit for the period until 31st December 2025, or until fully utilized. First introduced in 2009, the GTFS offers soft loans from the government in the sector of energy, water, building and construction, transport, waste and manufacturing. The scheme offers a rebate of 1.5% of interest or profit for the period of first 5 to 7 years, with a 60% to 80% government guarantee on the financing. The scheme focuses on providing financial support to companies, including SMEs, undertaking green technology projects. So what's more, an IESG framework will be introduced to support manufacturing firms in adopting ESG practices. The framework will be aligned with ongoing global reporting standards and aided by tools such as the Simplified ESG Disclosure Guide for SMEs by the Securities Commission Malaysia and Capital Markets Malaysia. Lastly, to shift towards green infrastructure, NIMP 2030 will spearhead the transformation of industrial estates into eco-industrial parks that can reduce greenhouse gas emission and the amount of waste and natural resources used. Principles of the circular economy will be a central component of these parks. So, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, there are enormous opportunities to steer humanity to sustainability while ensuring robust economic and social progress, something that is exemplified in the Malaysian Madani way of life that my government is strongly advocating and adopting. Again, on behalf of all Malaysians, I thank you for being here at IGEM 2023 to make real change and real impact. I hereby announce IGEM 2023 and ATO Zero ASEAN officially open, and I pray that they achieve their ambitious event targets and even more ambitious target to save our planet. I welcome you to join us as leaders of climate action as we race towards net zero. A race we can ill afford to lose. A race we have to act qualitatively. Thank you.
Thank you, Yang Amat Berhormat. We request that Yang Amat Berhormat kindly remain on stage. We now invite Yang Berhormat Nik Nazmi Nik Ahmad, Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Huang Tiong Si, the Deputy Minister of NRECC, and Yang Berusaha Dr. Chin Tu Anak Lelaki Kim, Secretary General of NRECC, to join Yang Amat Berhormat on stage for the first of 3 launches and 2 MOU exchanges that will take place this morning. Yang Amat Berhormat, could you please step forward to the LED cube to activate the face recognition system? Thank you, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Haji Fadilah bin Haji Yusof, for launching IGEM 2023. Next, ladies and gentlemen, we will be launching Malaysia's very own Renewable Energy Certificate REC trading platform, the Malaysia Green Attribute Trading System, or MGATS. With this, we now like to invite the Chief Executive Officer of Tenaga Nasional Berhad Yang Berbahagia, Dato' Indira Insinyur Baharin Bindin, to the stage. The establishment of this dedicated and digitized REC trading platform will allow businesses to procure and bid for Malaysia's RECs virtually and at ease, assisting them to achieve their Scope 2 electricity emission reduction and ESG commitments. And now, we'd like to invite Yang Amat Berhormat, Deputy Prime Minister, to place his palm on the launchpad to launch the Malaysia REC trading platform as we count down from 3. 3, 2, 1.
In a world where sustainability is paramount, corporations are making ESG commitments, aiming to power their operations with 100% renewable energy to combat climate change. Welcome to the future of sustainable energy sourcing with the Malaysia Green Attribute Trading System, MGATS. A one-stop trading platform that streamlines the process of bidding and acquiring reputable Malaysia Renewable Energy Certificates, MRAC. MGATS seamlessly connects you to international REC registries like IREC, ensuring complete transparency in your REC sourcing. The acquisition of MRAC is the preferred path in achieving green energy objectives and upholding your ESG commitments. The future of green energy begins with MGATS. Accessible to you starting in first quarter 2024. Contact us for more information.
Thank you, Yang Amat Berhormat Deputy Prime Minister, for launching MGATS. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the government would also like to highlight the exemplary action in fulfilling ESG commitments through the direct subscription of green electricity supply. We now invite Mr. John Burke, the General Manager of the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre, to the stage to receive a green electricity tariff or GET subscription certificate from Tenaga Nasional Berhad, witnessed by the Honourable Deputy Prime Minister. The Convention Centre has signed up for the government GET program, enabling the convention venue to be fully powered up by the energy generated from solar and hydroelectricity beginning the 1st of August 2023. This makes the KL Convention Centre the first mega convention centre in Malaysia to do so. Congratulations to KL Convention Centre for this commendable effort in supporting the government's decarbonisation agenda through the GET program. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite Yang Berbahagia, Dr. Sean Heng, the Chairman of Leader Energy Ventures Sdn Bhd, Leader Energy, and Mr. Frank Pratchell, the Managing Director of BASF Stationary Energy Storage GmbH, to the stage for the MOU exchange between BASF Stationary Energy Storage, BSES, and Leader Energy Ventures Sdn Bhd, Leader Energy, to be witnessed by Yang Amat Berhormat, the Deputy Prime Minister. BSES, dedicated to distributing sodium-sulfur NAS batteries manufactured by NGK Insulators Limited, joins hands with Leader Energy, a pioneering force in renewable energy projects and solutions across Malaysia and Southeast Asia. Congratulations to BSES and Leader Energy Ventures. Give them, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we now invite Mr. Ivan Gunn of PMB Aluminium Sdn Bhd, Ms. J.S. Quek of Sumitomo Corporation Asia and Oceania Private Limited, and Ms. Karina Kady of Nandina Remanufacturing Private Limited to the stage. Press Metal Aluminium and Sumitomo Corporation Asia and Oceania have signed an MOU to support and promote the world's first aviation to electric vehicle circular economy model and work with Nandina REM to realize the shared ambition of advancing low-carbon circular aviation materials to the automotive industry. We invite them to exchange the documents. And we will take this opportunity for a photo session with everyone on stage. And give them, please, a big round of applause. Thank you very much to Yang Amat Berhormat, and congratulations to PMB Aluminium Sdn Bhd and Sumitomo Corporation, Asia and Oceania Private Limited. We invite the representatives from PMB and Sumitomo return into their seats. And ladies and gentlemen, we now invite Yang Berhormat Tuan Chang Lee Kang, Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Yang Berhormat Dato' Arthur Joseph Kuruk, Deputy Minister of MOSTI, and Yang Berbahagia Dato' Technologist Dr. Haji Aminuddin bin Hasim, Secretary General of MOSTI, to the stage for the launch of the Hydrogen Economy and Technology Roadmap, HETR. MOSTI believes that hydrogen could potentially become a fuel of the present before the next decade. The HETR is MOSTI's effort to addressing the three energy challenges, namely reliability, affordability, and sustainability, while achieving decarbonization targets. The roadmap, which supports the National Energy Policy 2022-2040, aims for Malaysia to be a leading hydrogen economy country by 2050. And with that, we invite Yang Amat Berhormat to kindly place his palm on the launch structure as we count down from 3. 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Yang Amat Berhormat dan Sri Haji Fadilah bin Haji Yusof for launching the Hydrogen Economy and Technology Roadmap, HETR. We now take a moment for another group photograph. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a big round of applause. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you very much, Yang Amat Berhormat dan Sri Haji Fadilah, for launching IGEM 2023. We now invite the Deputy Prime Minister, accompanied by the Minister of NRECC and his team entourage, to tour the IGEM 2023 exhibition area. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain where you are until the next announcement.